It's time for some real education. We mentioned that this is Olympics week on the Dr. Duke Show. No, and if you watched the show last week, you may remember we were pretty bold about saying we weren't going to watch the Olympics, that we weren't going to take the Olympics seriously, that we weren't even really, I hate to say it, rooting for the American teams, many of them, simply because of their ungratitude. Look, when you sign up to be an Olympian, you are not playing for yourself. You are not competing for your own glory. You're doing that under the banner of the nation that hosts you, the nation that in many cases, like America, has spent a lot of money on you, helped with training, helped with accommodations, helped you become the athlete that you are now. It's so funny, isn't it, that liberals always believe you didn't build that. Except when it comes to things like this, liberal athletes protesting at national games, international games. So this week we're doing the instant classic on some quotes about the nature of sports, on how they go together or don't go together. Take a look at this quote from an activist by the name of Alice Dreger. I believe that's how her name is pronounced. Quote, "No matter how little we think anatomy should matter to one's social and political rights, surely we can't pretend that biology doesn't matter in sports. Surely there's a reason we don't let adults play in the T-ball leagues, and there is a reason that most women athletes want their own leagues." Thank you, Ms. Dreger. Dreger, I don't know your politics, I don't know your worldview. I would be surprised if it wasn't very different from mine, and yet you hit the nail on the head. Is it really sports? Is it sporting? Think about what the word sporting means. That's where the word sports comes from. Sports is an abbreviation of the word sporting. When you ask yourself this question, is that contest, is that football game, is that chess match, is that darts game, is it sporting? In other words, are there rules? Is it fair? Is it administrated equitably, if we could use that term? Is it fair and above board? Does everybody playing have to subscribe to the same rules? That's what sporting means. And when you're allowing anatomical, biological men into women's sports, even though, like weightlifting, even though that man who became a woman really flopped so far at the Olympics. He's not doing well as a she. Nevertheless, why are we allowing this to happen? Biology, anatomy, age, those things matter with regards to sports. It's not sporting anymore if you're flooding women's games with biological men. That's not sporting. And Mrs. Dreger is exactly right.